You know, as you were talking, I had this slideshow going through my mind of some of my uh, clients who I've worked with who at that last moment, taking their last breath, just this whole sense of calm and peace flows over them. And I think that speaks so much to what you were saying, Kim, about what is next. I've never experienced it. Never had a near-death experience myself, but there's just amazing beauty in watching that last moment. And so what I tell people who are grieving is that, you know, our human minds are tiny. There's no way we can comprehend everything that is. But I share some of those stories and I say, you know, if they were going someplace that wasn't beautiful, perfect, peaceful, and all right, would they be able to just rest in it? I think of my dad. My daughter had told him about a song. I wish I could remember the name of the song, but it was about dancing in heaven. And we knew he was sick. He was on hospice. And she said, don't worry, Pepe. When you die, you'll get to dance with Graham again. Now I'm going to cry. I was with him when he took his last breath, and he had been unresponsive for a few days. And he opened his eyes and I said, Dad, it's time. I said, you see Mom now, right? And he just got this big smile. I said, it's okay. Go dance with Mom. And he just let out this perfect sigh with a smile, and he was gone. That has got to speak to what is beyond what we see here and now. There's always hope for something bigger than, better than. Oftentimes I see people at this final chapter of life looking at what really matters in life. What are the most important things? And focusing on those and sharing that with the people around them. And it helps those who are left behind take a moment to step back and appreciate the little things in life, the important things in life. I tell people, start a gratitude journal. You know, when you're in the midst of that heavy grief, it might only be, I woke up today, and that's okay. That's enough. But as you pay attention to those little tidbits of the bigger and better and more beautiful, you start to see even more of that. I think that also translates to when we go through trauma in our life, that the chaos, the heaviness, the overwhelm, there's a lot of similarity. And when we have the support and the guidance and the encouragement to walk through that with grace and with courage, we can come out on the other side with an awareness of something very profound. So there's a piece too that speaks to, we all have control. It's not completely out of our control. And I think for me, that brings me to positive prime and how if I'm feeling lost, if I'm feeling out of control, I can come and I can watch a session and it grounds me. I was doing that just before we came on. I had 2 minutes before we were on here, I had a really hard conversation with a funeral director and an experience that they had, which goes beyond anything that is the normal. And I said, I can't go into this with just being shaky and upset and sad. And I just paused. And that's what I was doing when we came on, as I was watching a positive prime session. It made a big difference. being grounded, knowing what feeds your soul, and being sure that you do those things, right? So for me, positive prime is a great tool for me to just be grounded, to recenter, to rejuvenate myself. I hear so many stories from people who say, my mom came to visit me. She was that goldfinch on the perch right over there. Or a wedding I went to whose the bride's grandmother had died only the week before. And the grandmother loved butterflies. And it was an outdoor wedding, and a butterfly came and landed on the bride and never left, even all the way through the reception. It was either on the bride or the maid of honor, who was another granddaughter. It was, there they are. It's fascinating to me. That session is for professionals who encounter death and dying on a regular basis. And what I want them to get out of it is a sense of the chaos, the trauma that you're in the midst of is only for that moment, but there's so much more. You are a courageous person. You've got to be, to do the work you're doing. You will survive. There is hope. Be courageous. All those messages that are in there that I want them all to be infused with, so that they can still go to work every day and say, yes, I got this. There's just something about that, about him. When a lot of my work with the first responders, although some is in the midst of the event, a lot of it is afterwards. We go through debriefing processes, and Shadow comes in with his tail wagging and his ears perked, and who can I say hi to today? And before you know it, everyone's kind of settling down a bit. The walls are starting to go down. They're starting to be comfortable and even laugh. And laughter is so huge. Some people feel very strongly that seeing a picture of the person just brings them too much anxiety, too much stress, brings them right back to that grief. Other people are reminded of the moments with their loved one. And so for them, it's the more the merrier in that session. I just added some pictures of my dad. I don't know why I didn't do that a long time ago, but my dad has the biggest grin, contagious, and he's just a bundle of teddy bear love. Why didn't I do that a long time ago? So now that they're in there, every time I see it, it's like, ooh, yes, hi, Dad.